Good evening and thanks for joining us here tonight on CBS 7 News. I'm Caitlin Crawford. Earlier today, Fort Stockton held their annual Living History Days to share with the community the history of why the fort was built there well over 100 years ago. Our very own Deanne Lopez was at the celebration and joins us now with a recap. Deanne, how did it go?
Caitlin, everybody who came out to the Fort Stockton Living History Days got to experience firsthand what it was like to live during the frontier days here in West Texas, including myself, as you can see. From cannonballs and wagon rides to flint knapping and the making of nails from a local blacksmith. Whether young or old, no one left the old historic fort without learning something new about historic Fort Stockton, according to organizer Melba Montoya.
I'm really focused on educating adults as well as kids on the importance of their heritage and the importance of how people used to live back then as to how we live right now.
Dozens of reenactors from all over the state demonstrated what life was like during the Civil War era, when there was no such thing as technology, electricity, running water, or cars. It was a time when soldiers and settlers spent their days making everything from hand. The year was 1859 when the historic fort was first established, and how Fort Stockton got its name.
This fort was located here because of the Comanche Springs as a huge water source, not only for the Apaches who did their north-south annual migrations, but of course for settlers coming west.
Animals such as camels were on display and played a vital role back then.
The camels really proved their value, their worth, by hauling water. They were carrying loads of between 350 and 1,000 pounds.
Then there was a Native American area where they demonstrated how they used to live and did things. Buffaloes were like a walking warehouse for them, used for food, tools, clothes, and even making teepees. From here on out, organizers plan to make each Living History Day celebration have its own theme. Next year, they plan to make it all about the Hispanic culture. Reporting in Fort Stockton, Deanne Lopez, CBS 7 News.